50 degrees on the breezy side as well. For tonight, the Mets are playing in town. So are the Yankees. Could be an early shower before 8 o'clock. Temperatures, though, boy, only in the 40s. So if you're going to the game, bundle up and be ready for 1 or 2 showers. Might have to wipe that seat off with the rain. Here's the extended forecast. No signs of spring here. I see some 30s and 50s, no 60s, certainly no 70s or 80s like we had. There's that shower for Thursday that we were tracking on the map. And so far, looking like a sunny weekend. So, well, we'll keep an eye on everything, but chilly and cloudy is what we're stuck with today.
All right, John, we got the message, and it's not a great one.
All right.
We're going to take a quick break, but there's a lot more news ahead, and we leave you there with a shot of Columbus Circle. So far, so dry, but as John said, sprinkles may be on the way. We'll be right back.
Weather on the Ones is brought to you by Nissan. Take on the unexpected with Nissan's available Intelligent Safety Shield technologies. Innovation that excites.
If you're on Medicare and make less than $16,000 a year, you could save money by switching to Emblem Health. In fact, if you enroll in an Emblem Health Special Needs Plan, you may save in 4 ways. Here's how. First, you could save $1,200 a year with a prepaid debit card you could use to pay for over-the-counter drugs. Second, you could save with $0 co-pays on all these: doctor visits, hospital stays, labs, acupuncture, eye exams, and a host of dental procedures, all for $0. Third, you could save with no monthly premiums. And fourth, we'll drive you to your doctor, hospital, or lab appointment free. Start saving. Call Emblem Health toll-free at 1-877-444-8768. Find out exactly how much you may save by switching to Emblem Health. Call 1-877-444-8768.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate.
Also accepting boats, motorcycles, RVs, and real estate donations.
What makes New York special? What makes New York the capital of the world? What truly sets New York apart? The culture. On Spotlight New York, we take you inside all 5 boroughs, overflowing with the best in arts and entertainment, connecting you to the people, art, food, architecture, and performances that bring the city to life, that make New York, New York.
Spotlight New York, Saturdays and Sundays at 7 on New York One.
A story you saw first here on New York One. 12 companies have submitted proposals to operate dockless bike sharing in the city. Currently, there are 12,000 city bikes in New York City, but most of them are in Manhattan and all require building docks. Some say it's hard to expand service to other boroughs because it takes time and money to build the docks and figure out just where to put them. Dockless bikes would require no infrastructure to expand service. Instead, riders can just lock the bike onto any built bike rack. A list of 12 companies have sent dockless bike proposals to the city, one of them being Motivate, City Bike's parent company. Also on the list is Jump, a company that has partnered with Uber in California. And you can find them and leave them using an app on your phone.
Okay, it's April 17th, 2018, 3:15 p.m. It's 45 degrees. I'm just speechless sometimes that this goes on so regularly and DEP can't see it. I just don't believe it, because it's like every morning around 9 o'clock and every afternoon between 3 and 4. It's, between 3 and 4, between 3:15 and 3:45. It's so regular and so predictable. Like from 8:45 to 9:15 a.m. and then from 3:15 to 3:45. It's so predictable, and they always say they can't see anything. I just don't understand what's going on. We're looking out of the windows of 255 West 43rd Street in Manhattan. We're looking direction northwest at the Twin Chimneys, managed by John's Pizzeria, and their entrance located open to the public is at 260 West 44th Street. And this camera, it's a Nikon D3400. It can only take videos up to 29 minutes and 59 seconds, and then I have to stop it and restart it.
But it does mean changing.
I'm turning on the New York One News so you can hear in the background what's going on.
Here, one that may reflect other people's contributions to medicine here in the city. Michael Herzenberg, New York One.
When it comes to being prepared for an emergency, New York State is among the best. That is, according to the National Health Security Preparedness Index, which has New York leading 90% of the United States when it comes to being ready for an emergency. The index looks at the state's readiness to fight terrorism, extreme weather, and health threats, and it scored 7.6 out of 10 on that index. Maryland tops the list at an even 8, while Alaska and Nevada were found to be the least prepared. Today is the last day to file your 2017 taxes. You had 2 extra days this year because the standard April 15th deadline fell on Sunday, and then yesterday was Emancipation Day. It is a holiday in Washington. The IRS suggests filing online for the most efficient way to avoid common mistakes. And if you can't get your return done in time by the end of the day, you can ask for an extension, but you will still have to pay what you owe.
If you've been injured in an accident, don't wait, call AID. Choosing the right law firm is crucial. Don't wait, call AID. For experienced attorneys who are available 24/7, don't wait, call AID. And for a no-fee promise where you pay nothing unless Salino and Barnes wins your case, don't wait, call AID.
Salino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
Don't wait. Call 8.
Hey, where's Roscoe? Where's Roscoe?
Where's Roscoe?
Don't let that Roscoe. He's working.
If you think you have bed bugs, you know what to do. Call Bell and Roscoe, the bed bug specialists. Roscoe the bed bug dog sniffs out bed bugs with accuracy, and only Bell Environmental uses Instant Freeze to treat your home and office. Instant Freeze is Bell's exclusive technology, safe on furniture, electronics, pesticide-free. So if you think you have bed bugs, call Bell Environmental today.
With Spectrum, you have everything you need for wherever you are in life. Like, say you're a bachelor. You're a live sports from Spectrum TV kind of guy. But your girlfriend, she's a multitasker. So you need to watch, surf, and game from all your devices. Add Spectrum Internet for $29.99 a month. Call 844-576-1999.
city partnered with the Trust for Public Lands to break ground to help with the design. It'll feature a new synthetic turf field and concrete pavers that absorb rain. The water is then used for the playground's trees and plants. Local officials helped put up some of the funding for the project.
It's important for students to feel empowered to do something about the environment. This is a chance for the kids to be involved in the actual design of an eco-friendly playground.
The Trust for Public Land has designed playgrounds for more than 190 schools in the city. The new playground is expected to open this fall. Great for the kids and great that it's eco-friendly. Yeah, I mean, it's a great precedent for the rest of the city. And I was just reading that there's a study out that New York State is the 4th greenest. Would you believe that? I find that a little bit shocking. Yeah. Knowing where we live, but I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, knowing how people function and how we live. Yeah, it's good news all around. All right, Reed, thanks so much. Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and Woodstock are taking over Lower Manhattan. Peanuts Worldwide has chosen 7 artists to paint murals of the beloved characters. And here's how it all came together.
Oh, excuse me for that. The screen on its own volition fell down, so I had to pull the screen to back up. It's very smelly right now. It's still very, very smelly. Oh boy, this is not my day. This is not my day. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to quit doing this. Oh boy, that's it for today. I can't do this all day long. So that was it. I'll do one more confirmation of the time.
Very much.
All right.
The National Transportation Safety Board says one person is dead after that Southwest Airlines flight was forced to make an emergency landing in Philadelphia. The Boeing 737 bound for Dallas from LaGuardia Airport landed safely at Philadelphia International Airport after the plane experienced engine failure. The FAA says the body of the plane and at least one window was damaged. 143 passengers and 5 crew members were on board. Another flight that took off from LaGuardia less than 15 minutes after the Southwest plane was also forced to make an emergency landing today. The Delta Connection flight to Richmond, Virginia, had to be diverted to Dulles International Airport just outside of Washington after experiencing an issue with its landing gear. Flight 5507, operated by ExpressJet, landed safely. No one was hurt. Passengers and crew members were loaded onto a bus and taken to Richmond. Jury deliberations are underway now in the murder trial of a former nanny accused of killing 2 young children in her care. Jurors will determine if Yoselin Ortega was aware of her actions or if the killings were part of a psychotic episode. Ortega's attorneys say she suffered from untreated mental illness and hallucinations when she killed Leo and Lulu Krim in their Upper West Side apartment in 2012. They say there was no motive to kill those children, but prosecutors say Ortega was jealous, happy, and carefully planned out the killings. 4 alternate jurors were dismissed this morning.
It's just different. It's not better or worse. It's just different. And if you have a point of view that rates are likely to go up and that there's going to be more volatility in the markets, that we've had exaggerated low volatility, then it's probably good to be positioned the way Goldman is. If you have, contrary-wise, if you have this view that, we're in an extended period of low rates, that nothing's ever going to be volatile again, then it's probably better to be facing off against the corporates. So, I wouldn't say one is different than the other. My personal view is I think the next 3 years are going to have more volatility than the last 3 years did. And so, personally, I think that's, Goldman's exposure is probably a good thing, even though it's cut against them most of the last 3 years.
Yes. Chris, we've seen bank stocks sell off today and the second half of last week. And it's a little weird because A, the numbers for the most part seem good, and B, we generally have a nice rally on our hands in the market, so it's kind of weird to see that disconnect. What do you make of that? Is it just a matter of people pretty excited and a little bit of sell the news, or is there something out there causing some more angst for traders?
If there's something out there, I don't see it, because I'm with you. I think the numbers were pretty unambiguously good. You had kind of low single-digit loan growth driving mid-single-digit revenue growth. They keep the expenses to 2%, and so you get, 8 to 10% pre-tax net income growth, and then a couple percent on buybacks, and then you get the tax benefits on top of all that. And credit quality is great, so the numbers are really absolutely fine, and the stocks are still cheap. We just ran this in the spreadsheet a couple minutes ago, and the stocks are on average at about 65% relative PE to the market, and that's well into the low end of the range, which is strange given that it's such generally good numbers. The only thing I can think of is that maybe people needed to sell something in order to buy more Netflix or something like that. And I guess I go back to, Paul Samuelson's famous saying.
Okay, I'm just showing the time. It's April 17th, 3:37 p.m. on 2018, tax day. And, okay, this is my TV. This is my printer. Let me scroll out. That is zoomed out. And then we're back to this twin chimney smokestacks and the screen that keeps on dropping.